Hello everybody. Well, today I am making one of my favorites, taco soup. And I'm keeping it real with you today. No makeup, hair's not done. I mean, who does their hair and makeup to cook anyways? So let's get started. This is what we're going to need for our taco soup. These are fresh bell peppers that I dice and just freeze for when I need them. Onion, cream cheese, ro-tel tomatoes. It calls for 1 can of corn, but I may put 2 cans in, I don't know. It calls for chicken broth, but I have a little bit of vegetable broth that I think I'm just gonna top off on in there also. And then our seasonings. It calls for regular ranch, but I'm gonna use some spicy ranch to give it a little bit of a kick. And we're gonna add a little special twist at the end of this recipe. All right, so I got our ground beef here. I'm gonna start frying it up. When it's about halfway done, I will add the onion to it. All right, so it's about halfway done. I'm gonna add my salt. Oops, my big side of salt is opening. Okay, salt and pepper. And that's just to taste, however much you like to have. I have added my onion and my bell pepper. Now I'm going to mix it up and cook it all together. Okay, so I got the onion and the bell pepper all mixed up together. The hamburger is done cooking. So now I'm gonna start adding some of our spices. This is our spicy ranch, measuring about a fourth of a cup. Fourth of a cup of taco seasoning. And we'll mix that in. Woo, smelling yummy. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of onion powder. Now I'm adding my vegetable broth. And my chicken broth. Oh, it's kind of making a mess. Stir this up. And now I'm gonna open up my cans and get ready to add the beans and tomatoes. Okay, now we're adding the tomatoes. I'm adding a can of diced tomatoes with jalapenos. And then I'm adding 2 ro-tel tomatoes with green chilies. You don't drain the juice, you just leave it all in there. I'm gonna add 2 cans of corn. This is already looking good. This is a great low carb recipe also. It's looking good. Okay, now I'm adding my beans. I put them in a strainer and strained them and rinsed them off. Now we're putting them in there. Now, if you like thick soup, the way I've made it, this is really thick. If this is too thick for you, you can always add more chicken broth or more vegetable broth to get it to be the consistency you want it to be. So at this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let it simmer for about 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and add some more to it. All right, so it's been simmering for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna stir it up, and I actually am turning it down even more. All right, now we're gonna add our cream cheese and heavy cream. All right, so here is our 1 cup of cream. And then here is our cream cheese. Now at this point, I'll taste it after this is all melted and everything, and see if it needs any salt, pepper, or if it needs any more ranch or taco seasoning. So you get to make this kind of how you like it. And then we'll come back. All right, so the taco soup is done. It's nice and creamy. This is great. So I have bowls over here with lids that I'll put in the refrigerator for later. But right now what I'm gonna do is, my family loves chips and cheese. So I have a block of Velveeta cheese that has melted here, and I've already put a little bit of taco soup in it. I'm gonna add a lot more taco soup so the kids can have chips and cheese for later. So I put about 5 cups of the taco soup in here. So now we have some cheese sauce to have some tortilla chips and cheese. And then over here we have the taco soup that we will be able to have also. It's like 1 meal that creates 2 meals. All right, so there is the taco soup. It's super hot and creamy, and we use some of the taco seasoning, our taco soup, in order to make our cheese sauce. So everybody in the family will be happy. Enjoy!